1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And off we go from Jacksonville. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Dillon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Trask on 1st down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Trask. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Nick Boyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Eason sets to throw it. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll throw on first down with Eason. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001, following the attacks on September 11th.
Throwing is Eason. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Down by 8, they say no to the field goal, looking for the end zone on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. Here's Eason. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Trask. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Here's Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun. Here's Trask. Now swing pass for Dillon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Trask, 3rd and 2. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Tries to throw it. That's caught by Penning. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, a give to Penny. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Jacob Eason. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Eason. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andy Isabella hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Trask. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Trask now. Flush to his right. And he finds Penny. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. To throw is Trask. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. On 1st and 10, Trask. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Trask. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well. protect the...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Eason to throw. Room past the 20. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Colts. And plays like this, that's exactly why you take a Kyle Pitts with a 4th overall pick. So exciting with the ball in his hands, and he showed it off there. Extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
First and 10, Eason. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A handoff for Etienne. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. On first down, right back to Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 44, Eason. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Eason. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like what they did there, because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looking to throw. Eason. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Eason's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Eason. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to throw. Eason. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. On 1st down, Dillon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Trask able to hit his target, Lamb. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Second and 10. run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Dillon again. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him. And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2. Eason going to drop the throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2. And instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. And getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. This one caught by Isabella. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. To throw again on second down. Eason. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run with Etienne, and he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Eason sets to throw it. And Diggs has it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Etienne. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Travis Etienne, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. Extra point now by Boswell. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Trask. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 4th down, Trask. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get him to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
On first down, Dillon. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Dillon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. On the handoff, Dillon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. On 3rd down, Dillon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A.J. Dillon, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. ETN once more. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Now Eason. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Eason to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Eason. That ball complete to Isabella. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. He gets this complete to Diggs. Not much there, only a yard. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Eason off the play fake. That's caught by Pitts. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Eason. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. From the gun is Eason. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bless on Austin. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And running with power here. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and incomplete on the deep ball.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Setting to throw. Here's Trask. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, Trask. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well, because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They go play action with Eason. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Eason. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie. On second down, ETN once more. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Eason. And that is incomplete.
We went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Here's Eason to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the Jaguars are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Trask now looks to throw on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a 1st down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Trask. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Trask. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Where were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Colts, The loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.